Welcome to a busted play. An illegal use of hands to the face short.
So, everybody on the internet, you go on Twitter and tell me about what all the real football nerds are saying. And by real football nerds, I actually mean like all the people that are like just spouting off their ridiculous fan nonsense that you let bother you for some reason, and I don't
We
understand.
talked about this last night. It doesn't bother me.
But with that being said, the actual like entirety of football fans is complaining about something that I can't say that I agree with. Everybody's complaining about the new taunting penalties, and I just want to hear about your opinion on it. And what have you got to say on this?
I mean, I don't like them. It unless it's egregious, and I think that's what the rule has been the past like however many seasons. I don't like that if a corner makes a play or a receiver makes a play and they want to like stand over and flex on the guy, as long as he's not like butting helmet to helmet with the dude, I don't really have a problem with it. I think it's the league's soft now. I don't like saying that because that's just what every person over the age of like 35 says whenever they see something they don't like. Uh I'm not a big fan of it. It's going to kill some teams when a receiver has like a touchdown grab at the end of the game and he mosses like two guys and he flexes over them and then that gets flagged. They get moved back and they kick off and the guy brings it back to the house. That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Okay, I don't know if I see that one quite yet, but okay, okay. First off, I mean, there's actually like instances in the past where guys have gotten flagged for like stuff like this where it's kind of been close. Um, and I don't think you necessarily always had it so that like if a guy flexes on another guy, there's guaranteed no chance that he got a penalty in the past. It's
Hmm.
just now they're always calling it. And honestly, I really don't have a problem with it at all. And people are acting like now you can't celebrate when you make a play. That's not true at all. The idea is that you shouldn't be celebrating by attacking your opponent for something like yes, you may have made a play that made them look foolish, but be happy about your own the play you made and do something like celebrating with your teammates or like getting the crowd into the game or something else. I really actually like this because I think it pushes players to be more positive in the way they're actually interacting with the game as opposed to them attacking the other individual. I don't think that's a popular stance at all. I know it's not, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of pushback against that. But it doesn't stop anybody from celebrating at all. And actually, I would love if the rule was expanded on even more because I am still seeing the ridiculous thing where somebody gets hit and hit hard, and then the defender can stand up. These guys, like the defender lands on top of the offensive player, and he can stand up like this, and he can turn and walk away from the play. Instead of doing that, he stands up and then steps over the offensive player like, yeah, I'm the real man. Yeah, you're all playing football. We know that you're real men. It's not a big deal. Just walk away from the play and be happy with the play you made. And you can celebrate with your teammates still, like I said, or with the crowd, or just being hype, not interacting with the other guy. I don't know. It's not the popular opinion, but it's actually what I believe, and I don't mind it at all.
Okay, Hayden Belichick. Jeez. Uh, I mean, I want to be entertained by a football game, and nothing is more entertaining than watching a dude pop another guy and then step over him. Like, think of all the great moments in sports history. Allen Iverson getting flagged for stepping over Tyronn Lue. No, that'd be
Flagged.
terrible. Yeah,
If you
I'm
got
saying
flagged in a
flagged,
basketball game, that would be
flagged.
very interesting.
Yeah,
Okay,
fl- flagged for
please tell
that.
me all the football moments that were enhanced by somebody doing that.
Uh, well, just last season, if I'm just thinking about the Bills, Stephon Diggs mossing Eric Harris,
He
and
did exactly what I said. He didn't do that. He didn't stand over him.
stood there and
He
flexed.
he got up and he was behind them and he wasn't facing them. They were behind him and he flexed towards the end zone towards like the crowd. That wouldn't get a flag this year. It wouldn't.
Do you think do you? Oh, See, I think that's with how wishy-washy the rule is. I'm pretty sure that there would be some games where that gets flagged.
No, it wouldn't because he's not attacking the opponent. He's past the opponent's behind him, and the only way the opponent would be in like the path of him is if the guy tried to run and get in his path. If you no, that's not the
Okay.
same. It's
The most iconic picture of all of the last Super Bowl, our boy Antoine Winfield standing in Tyreek Hill's face and peace signing him out as they win the Super Bowl. That will go down in Super Bowl history as one of the best pictures ever taken,
yeah.
and that would get flagged now.
Yeah. I mean it got flagged last year.
It shouldn't have. And now all of Tyreek Hill's touchdowns are gonna get called back now.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see about it. I don't know. Lamar Jackson just flipped into the end zone and that was fine. Honestly, I don't think that's the same thing either. Because going like this in like he's not even directing it towards anybody. That's what I'm saying. Like these are direct actions that I'm seeing in these flags.
And
This throwing up a peace sign while you're running just generically, like I don't think and Lamar flipped into the end zone last night and didn't get a flag. So, I mean, what like I think that would be considered in what your opinion is like the same as throwing up the peace sign. So I don't think that's guaranteed either. It's the fact that Antoine Winfield literally went up into Tyreek Hill's face and did the peace sign. If Antoine Winfield just threw up a peace sign like towards a camera, it wouldn't have been as cool, for obvious reasons. But it
yeah,
it wouldn't have drawn a flag.
see, for all this stuff, you really just have to put yourself. Well, you're going to grow up to be this with this thought in a cynical old white guy's mind frame here. They're just gonna flag everything because they don't like fun, and that's what every NFL ref is, with the exception of few. But they all have that mindset of not wanting fun, and that's what it is. It's eliminating fun. And there's going to be plays. I guarantee you, there's going to be plays where Tyreek Hill turns around, peace sign, no one near him, and they'll still flag that as taunting because oh, you actually had all 11 defensive players behind you on that when you threw up the peace sign. All 11 of them saw it, so that was taunting to everyone on the defense there.
We'll see about it. I mean, you could be right about that one, but generically talking about the fact that these guys are standing over people flexing while they're still on the ground. Yeah, no, I don't really care. I don't think that needs to stay in the game for any reason, and I think people will just get used to it too. I mean, that's the worst part of it. It's like eventually this is going to be like out of the game because people are going to understand that they can't do it, and I think that's the best part of it is that it won't be in the game anymore because it's not necessarily anything I like seeing either.
I think there's going to be two big rule changes that take place in like the next 4 or 5 years, and it's going to be reversing this taunting rule change and reversing the number change rule. And both of them will be to make the NFL money.
How
Both of
much?
them will be to make the NFL money because you buy a single digit jersey for a receiver, and now he has to change back to a double digit jersey, and then you double down on the money for that. Especially now if it's a guy that's already in the league, that changed his number to a single digit, so you already had his double digit jersey, bought the single digit jersey, buy the double digit again, and also I know that NFL views have been going up and up and up, but keep them going up and up and up, and let me see guys flex on each other. I want to see some grown men flex.
No, no. You're neither of those are going to happen. How many rule changes have we had reverted in the past few years? If you can name two, I'll be surprised because I can name one. Can you name a second?
The celebration rule,
What was reverted?
uh, use of props. You can use the ball as a prop.
Yeah, no, but those are positives. I don't think either of us are going to say that those were negatives.
Yeah,
No,
I
I'm
think
talking.
that
No, okay, okay. Well, I guess maybe you're saying that number changes back would be a positive
no,
change.
I'm not saying that that'd be a positive change. I'm just saying that that's going to be a rule change that happens.
Okay, well, I guess yeah. I'm taking this from my own perspective then. Um, yeah, okay. Poor questioning on my part because I really meant something different, but I guess it's still up to perspective. Um, no, yeah, I guess we had the celebration changes, but I don't really think that anybody was. I thought everybody thought that was stupid. I don't think there was anybody who was like, yeah, it really makes sense that you can't celebrate with your teammates. Like that's literally what I'm advocating for right now in talking about the I don't want flexing on other people of the opposing team. I'm talking about like strengthening the team celebrations. So I'm not going to fight against that. And then the only other thing we had is replay review get thrown in for 1 year just so that they could say they tried to change it for the New Orleans game situation, and that got taken back. But I mean, I don't think that you see rule reversals enough to be like, oh yeah, I'm sure this is going to get flipped on its head. People are going to get used to the taunting rule, and the flag's not going to get thrown much later into the season because players are actually going to know what they can't do. And then on top of that, they're not going to change the number thing back because the number thing, having single digits for other positions, actually makes jerseys more attractive to buy for people because for whatever reason people like single digit jersey numbers more. And you know, they'll make more money off that because bigger name players will be able to have single digit jersey numbers.
I I just keep looking at this like I'm Roger Goodell and I hate the NFL. That's how I and he it just seems like that'd be something to do. Oh yeah, we're gonna bring this in so we can make some cash here and then we're gonna change it back.
Nah, they're not. No, that's not how they're actually thinking. They're trying to make the game either safer or more respectable, and I think that's with how most of the rules come about with things that people consider boring. As safer, I can't say that I'm like, geez, I don't know how safe you can make it considering the type of the game it is. So sometimes those bother me, but if you're able to still celebrate respectfully, I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I mean the one taunting penalty that I really hated yesterday, I think it was a Texans player. It was some tight end caught a touchdown pass and then he spun the ball and walked away from it. But since like the defender was laying on the ground in front of, he had his back turned to the defender and just spun the ball on the ground and walked away and they flagged that as
See,
taunting.
that's another weird one because I mean Josh Allen got called for that last season.
Yeah, but he was looking at the guy and spun it at him and yelled "woo" in his face. This guy was walking away from him and just spun it on the ground.
I don't know. I'd have to see it also. Um, but yeah, no. Generally, I'm talking about specific efforts where it's like a guy is definitely getting in someone's face after a play, and almost all those plays I saw people complaining about were people getting in other people's faces, which I really don't like. Yeah, I'd rather not have that happen.
Yeah, the only time you should be getting in any player's face is when you contact them helmet to helmet. I agree.
Or if you're actually ready to throw a punch at C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. That's another rule change that needs to be on the way. If you want to punch C.J. Gardner Johnson, when he has his helmet on, he gets one punch at you with your helmet off.
Yell set.
Yeah, I think we can cut this here.